back to The Sophia Show, where we talk and you listen. Now, today on The Sophia Show, we have a very special guest who needs no introduction, but we're going to let him introduce himself anyway. So go right ahead.
Sophia, thank you for letting me be here. I'm Jacques Gilbert, mayor of the best town in America, Apex, North Carolina, and native of Apex.
All right. So your first question is, before you became mayor, you were a police captain. Now, are there any aspects of that job that are similar to being mayor?
I would say yes. Serving 29 years as a police officer in my hometown and retiring as a rank of captain, I learned so much about how to connect with people. I mean, every call of service is an opportunity to provide assistance to someone who's in need. And that's pretty much what I do all day as a mayor. I get so many calls of people that they're looking for a place to stay. They feel like they've been pushed out because the market rate has increased and they can't continue to live in the best town in America. So it's all about responding to the needs of people. So that's exactly what I do. And I learned a lot in my time at the police department in that role.
What was your favorite part about being a police officer?
I would say just really connecting with people. There's so many diverse people in our town, and people come from different walks of life. And I think that's important for people to understand. And so connecting with people and just being there on their worst day and providing that assistance, it's just fulfilling. And I really love that.
I love that. Now, your next question is, what made you interested in running for mayor?
I'm still trying to figure that out. No, I was actually sitting in a room, and it was actually the mayor's State of the Town. It's an annual State of the Town address that is done by the current mayor every single year. It happens in January. And I was sitting there, I had just retired as a captain, and I was just trying to figure out my next step. You know, serving as a police officer, I felt like I wasn't done yet, a young 48, and I'm retired, and I'm like, I'm not tired yet. I want to do something else. But I knew I wanted to stay in my hometown. And so it was like this calling, a pull to like, why not you? Why aren't you standing up there and giving the state of the town? And it just connected with me. So I went home and talked with my family about it, and they pretty much confirmed it. My daughter said, Dad, you are the mayor. I'm going to make sure you become the mayor. And by the way, you will be unopposed. And then my son said, you're already the mayor. You just don't have the title. Mm-hmm. And then my wife, she jokingly said, well, you should go for it because you're going to do what you want to do anyway. So just go for it. So here we are.
Oh, it's such an inspirational message, and just to go for what you want. I love that. Now, did you have any other options as to where you would have gone after retiring, or did you not have any clue and the mayor thing just happened by circumstance?
It was just something that happened by circumstance, and I think that's the real message. Like, you never know what your next calling is going to be, so be open to that. And I also looked at being a mayor as like, this is a political thing, and that's really something I was really not like interested in. In fact, there were two things in life I said I would never do. And one, become a police officer, and then the second thing, become a politician, and here we are. So you just never know what that calling is going to be.
So never say never?
That's correct.
All right. Yeah. Now, what are your responsibilities as mayor? Like, can you describe your day-to-day life?
Yeah, day-to-day life, wake up, check my emails, and there are a lot of emails to the mayor. I think people believe the mayor can solve every problem, and that's cool, but it's all about connections, collaboration, and it's important to make as many relationships as you can because that's how you are able to connect people to resources. So that's really what I do all day. So there's a need, and I identify the resource, and I connect people. Also, when there is a state of emergency, which we experienced back in 2020, all that was on the shoulder of the mayors in Wake County and throughout the state of North Carolina. So a lot of people may have thought it was just Governor Cooper, and it was at a certain point. And then finally, Governor Cooper said it's on the mayors, and we had to make those decisions. So there's a lot that comes with it. So connecting people to resources, checking emails, going on the Sophia show. That's really a cool one. But it's really all about championing the town of Apex. You want people to know that this is a great place to live, and also just become a problem solver and lead the town in those efforts.
And now circling back to what happened in 2020, how did you feel about that state of emergency or state of crisis happening during your first term and almost like your first year as mayor?
Yeah, well, my first response was, where's the playbook? I was like, the last mayor didn't leave me any type of resources or information. unprecedented, right? Thing we had to deal with. It was really a lot involved, a lot of emotions. You were trying to make sure you connect with as many people as possible to make the best decision for Apex, not just for an individual or a group. What's best for our town? And I think that's really was the challenge for all of us. Understanding that it impacted young people. You know, my son was a senior at the time, and he didn't have a formal graduation or a prom. So all those things came into play, and but you know what? We got through it together, and that's the message I want to push. You know, unity. There's a quote I often use: "There is nothing we can't accomplish when we work together," and that's what's important for us as we continue to move forward with the challenges we face as a growing town.
So would you say that's like your mantra of sort?
I would say yes. It's all about unity. Yeah, we got to work together. I often talk about potholes and traffic. Those potholes don't have a political affiliation. It's a pothole that we have to deal with, right? This is about the town of Apex. And I want to continue to have that community feel, that small town character that continues to attract so many people here in our amazing town.
All right. Your next question is, what are you most proud of as you reflect on your first term as mayor?
What I'm most proud of as I reflect on my first term as mayor, I'm going to say this: the illumination of the water tower on Hunter Street. That was my idea.
Oh, really?
Yes. And of course, I'm going to have to give my daughter some props, but we were looking for a creative way to engage more young people. And coming up with lighting up the water tower with the backyard brawl,
Yeah.
that has really grown over the years. So some people that's your most proud moment. It actually is, because my goal was to try to enhance the communication and engagement with community members. And I felt like we were really missing the next generation. And what you're doing allows us to do that and get a message out. So that was a unique way of engaging community members. And I'm just truly proud of how it's turned out.
I could definitely say on the young generation aspect, a lot of people love the whole lighting of the water tower thing, so that definitely worked out.
Well, that, Sophia, also is, I don't want to be seen as a mayor, traditionally speaking, as this political figure. I want you to know that I'm another community member. I live here, and I want you to be able to call me and say, "Hey, can you be on my show?" There shouldn't be a barrier, right? I'm a resident just like you are. So if we can connect people and let them see the human side of the mayor, I'm all about that.
I love that. We all love you here at Apex
Oh, thank
Friendship.
you.
We all love you here.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
All right, your next question is, now that you've been reelected for a second term, what new ideas or plans do you have for the community and to support the growing town of Apex?
Yeah, I think the first thing is continue to build on what we've accomplished in the past 4 years, and that's increasing communication, which we have. I think we've done a pretty good job in unifying the community. One of the projects I've started back in my second year as mayor was a mayor's internship program called MIP, and that was really identifying young people, high school students, to come in and serve in the mayor's office and really pull on their ideas. And I tell you what, y'all are pretty creative, the next generation, so we're in good shape. So I would say that's another thing we're proud of what we've accomplished. Also, affordability. We started our affordable housing plan because I really worry about you and others who are going to go off to school and do great things. And by the way, I need you to come back. Okay, come back to the community and really take us to a whole nother level. So I'm concerned with, are we really doing our best in ensuring that people can come back? We're taking care of our teachers and our first responders, and they can also stay and enjoy the peak of good living. So our affordable housing plan is really strong, and we're going to continue to build on that. Another thing we're doing is adding more spots on the town council, because I believe we're now big enough that we got to focus on areas. So we need to form districts. So that's something that's to come. So you don't have to worry about going to all the full body of the town council. You can go to your district representative and get more engagement and get more done. So those are just a few of the good things going on.
All right, we're all looking forward to seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, next question is, the people of Apex have known you as Officer Gilbert and Mayor Prime, but you have another title, President Gilbert, president of Blue Lights College, that is. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure, yeah. Going back to my career as a police officer, I I spent 7 years as a school resource officer, and the highlight of my career was just connected with high school students. And one of the things that I learned is that considering to become a police officer was really never on the horizon for many, including myself. I talked about how this was never on my radar, and here I am today. But I was looking for a way to attract more people into the industry. That's number one. But also looking at my story and how I was raised. You know, in my community, I grew up in a place called Low End Apex, Justice Heights community. And at the time, the Justice Heights community was not a desirable place to live. There was a lot going on, if you know what I mean. So it was an opportunity for me to say, okay, am I going to continue to go the path that people want me to go, or do I want to do this for myself and become a police officer? And it was at the moment where this young man said, hey, why don't you become a police officer? And I was like, there's no way, no way. You know, police officers are bad. They're enemies. But that was something that was just passed on to me, while at the same time I had never had a negative experience with a police officer. So I finally made a decision to do it, and it was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So I wanted more young people to consider it. So I was like, why don't we start this school, have a curriculum, and have athletics as a way to attract more people to consider Blue Lights College? And we formed the school, got approved by the state in 2017. And so this school now is all about training a new generation of police officers to approach conflict with compassion. I believe every call out there is an opportunity to provide compassion to people. We all struggle with something. And when you meet people on their worst day, it's all about meeting them where they are before you can provide the resources to them. So I want to provide an opportunity to do that through a different training mechanism. And you have Blue Lights College as a way of doing that. So I serve another hat there as president of the school.
All right, and now finally, the big question of the day.
Sure.
What's your favorite thing about living in Apex?
My favorite thing about living in Apex, I know it's a cliche, but it's really the people. I go back to what draws me to the profession, what drew me to policing and connecting with so many people. I get to walk downtown, right, in that Hallmark movie downtown, right, and really see and talk to people who are considering moving to Apex. And I just see the excitement of they're walking down Salem Street like, this is the place for me. I just love the way it looks. Or my kids are here, and I want to move here with them. And that just really makes me happy to be able to get to know someone else by another person and their story. And I think that's the whole point about being a mayor, is championing the town and just meeting different people. So that's what I love doing.
And you have made this town such a great place to live in and such a great place to engage in your community. All right, well, thank you so much for being a part of the Sophia Show. We are honored to have you here. I think that's it.
Thank you for all you're doing. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Cool.
Well, everyone, that's it for the Sophia Show for this week. Thank you very much. Good night.